To preface this video, I'm going to start out by talking about the very first ceiling fan I ever had. The very first fan I ever received, I got it from my great-grandmother when I was about 5 years old. It came out of her house. She replaced it in about 2010 or so I was 5. And she gave it to me. That fan was an Evergo 5-blade G event from the early to mid-'80s. And she gave it to me, and we hauled it up to the farm. Then it was something for me to play with while I was there. I played with it pretty much every time I was there for the next 2 years. And then one day I got there, and the fan was gone. I have no idea what happened to it. I don't know if it got stolen. There's certainly been a non-zero amount of that happening at the farm, so it's entirely possible. I don't know if maybe one of my uncles didn't realize its importance and took it to the scrapyard when cleaning out the garage, because I seem to remember the garage got a fairly massive clean out around this time. But I don't know. So I've been missing that fan for a long time. They're not exactly the most common things to find, so I've been trying to find another one for years. And today that's exactly what I've done. Another collector has... I think he has 3 of them, but he wanted to keep one, is my understanding. So he sold me the other 2, and I say sold, he basically gave them to me. And, well, the other one is not arrived, and it probably isn't even in the mail yet. The first one did arrive today. So I thought we'd take a look at it. And yes, this is pretty much what I had. In fact, there's actually a picture of me with my childhood one on this bulletin board over here. See? That's me when I was 5 years old. We had that fan in a plastic bucket. I don't remember why. I don't remember what the purpose of the plastic bucket was for, but it was in a plastic bucket. Came with kind of a, I'm going to say that's, let's see, my hand's about 8 inches long, so we're going to call that a foot long. If I find the tape measure later, I'll measure it. No mounting bracket, unfortunately. He may still have it and just may have forgotten it. I don't know. I'll ask him. Cane blades. I'm assuming... I don't remember what the blades were like on the other fan. I don't even know if I had the blades. I'm assuming I did. But I don't remember them, so I'm assuming that this is what they would have had. The only thing I'm not crazy about is it's got those stupid import blade brackets that, you know, snap if you breathe on them incorrectly. As I found out, I've lost 4 of them all in the Caribbean, as you can see. So you're going to have to be really careful with those. Here's a close-up of the motor. I gotta say, he did a pretty good job packing it. It didn't really sustain any shipping damage. The motor was a little bit out of true with the shell here, meaning it was kind of... the motor part was kind of bent this way a little bit. I don't know if that happened in shipping or if it was like that to begin with, but I was able to fix that fairly easily. I took the felt out of it because it was falling out. Here's the top of the motor. Got the imprinted GE vents, kind of like the old Evergo Huggers would have had. QC Pass sticker. You don't see that anymore. There's no provision for a light kit whatsoever. This one, I love this. Use shrink wrap tubing. I've seen that many times before. In fact, on the fan that used to be in our living room, that old Jacksonville thing, when we took it down, because that fan had a 6-foot down rod, and they actually had done that because the length of wire it came with was not long enough for the down rod, so they had to do this. And I believe that we actually had to splice new lead wires into the Hunter to make it fit through the down rod. And I'm pretty sure, as I remember correctly, what they did with the old Jacksonville, they simply wrapped, they tightened the, you know, they got the wires joined really well and just wrapped them with electrical tape because that's what they could find. But we had to put new lead wires in the Devon Park, and I'm pretty sure that this is what my dad did, was use shrink wrap tubing, which is the right way to do it. Bearings are shot. So we're going to have to look into that. Fortunately, that's fairly simple. Yep. I'll certainly make another video when the second fan arrives, but I really don't know when that's going to be. It might be a while. Especially if he's saving up the money to ship these himself, because he said he would pay shipping, which is part of the reason I agreed to buy both. But, you know, the more of these, the better. And yes, that is exactly what the other one looked like. It was really nice to have it back, and it's really nice of this other collector to literally give them to me, because I did not pay anything. So that's always nice when you get a free gift, especially when said free gift is something you've been looking for, I don't know, 8 years now at least. But there it is.